Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, the 11th of August. No, the holiday thing did not work out. Okay. But I had an incredible thought this morning, and I want to talk about the first Hermetic principle, and I want to talk about the return of the sacred female. Because right now, in the way we're thinking, in the way we're speaking, in the way that we perceive ourselves and what we're in, there is no female. Everything is mind, which is the first Hermetic principle, and it is the mind of God. It is the male. Yeah, there's only male in this creation. And we are at the edge of destruction. We are at the edge of blowing ourselves up, because matter does not matter. It's not real. Again, the only thing that exists is the mind of God, and everything else is a figment of the imagination of the mind of God. Yeah? So matter is not real. Anytime somebody says that, I want to say, take a blinking sledgehammer to your hand and tell me it's not real. If wisdom is based on 3 pillars, and that is thought, scripture, and experience, then tell me the experience tells you that that is not real. Anyway, so we are coming to the end of an age, and this age was built on thoughts, and those thoughts were seeds that were planted into the mind of humanity. And we ran with those thoughts, with those seeds. We grew them. We built thoughts, again, a tree of knowledge. Thoughts built on the thoughts that came before. And this is the outcome. Yeah? And as I said, we're standing on the edge of destruction. So in the end, God comes. And he separates the weeds from the tares. Seeds were planted at the beginning of the age. Some of them were wheat, some of them were tares. Yeah, and we need to sort that out. If we are the last generation here, then that is our task. We need to go back and see what was wheat and what was tares. So, and that thought was in me, for so long. You must go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. And, I went back to Jesus. I went back to Abraham, which is then the Kabbalistic teachings. And then go back to the beginning of the Bible. The very first line. Yeah? God creates the heavens and the earth. And I was thinking, about Creator. Now I say in his created form. Actually, he can still be seen in his created form, but it takes that many, he's diversity. He creates lots of different things, and it's very hard to see in that. But in the beginning, now, in many teachings, especially the Kabbalah, the being at the beginning, was a oneness, and in this oneness there was a desire. And that desire, well, if you think about the Big Bang, that desire became that red hot, that thing exploded, and created. Now again, the principle of the male and the female is everywhere. The duality of male and female is everywhere. It is in the Kabbalistic tree of life. So the I am, if you say the I am is the creator, splits itself into the male and the female. Human, male and female. God creates man in his image, male and female. So that's everywhere. So if God at the beginning, the Creator at the beginning, created itself, split itself, if that is the truth from the beginning, from the very beginning, so the Creator splits itself into male and female, into the heavens. Again, there's mind, that's spirit, that's God, that's the male, and earth, which is matter. And then maybe not only this earth, which is carbon-based, but many other forms of matter. Why? Because of his desire to create. And then in the coming together again of the male and the female, Creator then becomes one again, and he is revealed. Possibilities that were contained within him are revealed. Now, but as I said, Hermetic principle, all is mind. All is in the mind of God. Yeah? And you go down in our teachings, religions. There was a pantheon of gods. Yeah? First of all, there were lots of male gods, so different desires, different intentions, and there were females. Again, the male and the female was there. The female gods were done away with. The temples were destroyed. And then we riddled the whole thing down to there's only one. So there's only one and he's male. And then, again, in this world, it showed as, and in cultures, it showed as a total disregard for the human female. And what it comes down to in the end is a total disregard for matter. Matter does not matter. Yeah? We are just the mind of God. That's all we are. Everything is mind. But if you see the duality of mind and matter, and again, that's the second line in the Bible, after the Big Bang explosion of Creator splitting himself into two, into mind and matter. Then the second line is God is above the earth, above matter, and he has got desires, his thought, his desire, his intention. Yeah? And again, in the union of the two, something is created. Animals, trees, fish, nature. Yeah, I heard, that at that point there was a big catastrophe that had destroyed the earth. And I would say that this is so close to the beginning of the story of all of creation that at that moment earth was still virgin matter. It had not formed a union with the mind of God to create all of those things. But then if you see that as a different possibility, I'm not saying, this is true now, but I'm basing it on thought, on scripture, and on experience. And those should be the three pillars of wisdom. And we are void of wisdom at the moment, completely. But then if you see that the union of mind, the mind of God and matter, which are both creator, the coming together of them is then the Creator revealed. The truth of the Creator revealed. A possibility. He's all possibilities. But in the union of the two, he is revealed. And then if you see the female is there from the beginning, it is as much Creator as the mind of God. And there you have then the sacred female. If God is sacred, then so is the female. So is matter. Yeah? The cup the Grail, is sacred as much as the mind of God that is pouring itself into it in order to create. And that would bring us back to the sanctity of life, because we have lost that completely. As I said, through a disregard of matter. Matter does not matter. Yeah, you come here, you have life, you use it. You have it, you use it, you throw it away. Or you have it, somebody else uses it, which is happening a lot, and they throw it away when they're done with your life. So the sacred female and the sanctity of life as a human, as the union of the mind of God and matter. And then you are their child. And life is sacred. And that really has to come back, because we are now at a point where, life is cheap. It doesn't matter. And it can be destroyed at will, if it serves the mind of God. There again you go, as it serves the mind of God, life has to be sacrificed. Because who's my mother? Female doesn't matter. I'm not saying throw away all the Hermetic principles or any of the old wisdom teachings. I'm saying is there was, as I say, seeds were planted at the beginning of the age, and they were both wheat and tares, and they grew up together, and they've created an outcome which we are living right now. And we should not say these things and just repeat them endlessly like mantras without thinking. Again, thought, scripture, experience life. There's knowledge here, there's truth here. In fact, this is the ultimate truth. And then see if that is actually, if that, what you're saying, if you can actually base that on those three pillars. And if you can't, then what you're saying is not true. And I don't care how great the person was that said it in the first place. If what he said is not be borne out by life, it's not the truth. So coming back to Hermes, the thrice great, and Hermes being a messenger of the gods, so that thought, I would say, came from somewhere else. And we are in creation, that's beings, we are surrounded by beings. So that thought was given by another being. And with what intention? This is the outcome that it has created, We don't value ourselves. We don't value matter. We don't value life. There is no more female in our thinking. It's all God. It's all male. This world is going to hell. And then what? Oh, something is coming to save us. Something is coming to save us. And funnily enough, that's a male, isn't it? That's God. It's coming to save you. And he will be your God forever, and he will rule over this world forever. Yeah? So I'm kind of wondering who planted that seed that would lead to this outcome. And who benefits in the end. Right. The truth was slain from the beginning. I say there were two voices coming out of Jesus, and one of them was the female. And he chose the path, a way that would lead him to the Father, to the male. and he disregarded life, his own life. And again, it was a continuation from the first seed, and it's now full on leading us into destruction. So I would say no, the first Hermetic principle was a tear. It was planted, but it was a tear. Let's bring back the female. Let's say matter is every bit as much creator as the mind of God. They both exist in their own rights. It's the coming together of them that creates life. And if the God is sacred, and so is the female, and then their union is most certainly sacred, and that is life. And if we see it like that, it would create a completely new thought. Actually, it's not a new thought. I think it's the coming back of a very old knowledge that was destroyed for a while. But it will create a thought that would take us into a different future. And I think into a better future. So no, do not get out of the duality into we are the mind of God and that's all. That is, the oneness that is the truth, because I don't think it is. The truth is the duality and the coming together of two to create new things, which once they are created become a duality again. And that is how creation goes on. That is how creation goes on. That is how humanity will go on. And the other will be death. Anyway, folks, I leave it at that for today. And I talk to you again soon. Bye.